Welcome back, everyone, to our three-part series on building a spiritual business. I'm Julianne Victoria of Through the Peacock's Eyes.
And I'm Melinda from Changelicious, also known as Mademoiselle Tarot.
And so in the second video, we left off with you looking further into what you have to offer, setting your goals. And so in this video, we're going to discuss where we see ourselves going in the next few years with our spiritual business, as well as how we plan on marketing and advertising. And hopefully that will all inspire all of you out there to get moving, get excited about, and get motivated to build your own spiritual business.
Yes.
So Melinda, what are your goals right now for your business? Where do you see it going?
Well, I just started my business like a year and a half ago. So I'm still in the transition phase from a part-time job into hopefully a full-time business. And for right now, I offer spirit coaching and soul styling. So I would like to really be comfortable with this and with the offers and services I have and become a reference in those fields. Mm-hmm. One part of my business, like the spirit coaching, is online and the other part is offline. And so I have to balance both because for the soul styling part, people come to me and I have to see them. I have to see what their style is, how they like what type of perfume they're using and what type of colors match and everything. So this is something I hopefully will grow in 2017. I live in Zurich, so they would have to come to Zurich. And for the spirit coaching, I provide tarot readings online, so there's no boundary. I work in German and English, but my main market is like the German-speaking people. And I study Vedic astrology just like you, but I'm still studying. So this is something I won't do for 2017. This is something I will do later on, I think in 18 or 19, whenever I feel comfortable. So
and do you see yourself combining all that you offer?
Yes, I would like to provide a holistic type of coaching. And maybe the business will grow and there will be other, employees or other freelancers. I don't know yet. But I would like to grow a community that has a similar type of mindset, like being spiritual, but also you can also be nice looking and feeling comfortable in your skin. Like you don't have to like see it as a separate thing. Often spiritual people neglect their body for whatever reason because it's not spiritual enough, and that's not how I see it. Right. And so for 2017, I will launch a new website because my blog doesn't fulfill the needs I now have for my ongoing business anymore. And yes, I will launch an e-learning program for tarot. And yes, what about you? I'm speaking like for the last.
Yes, I have lots of projects. I mean, first on my list for the new year is to edit my website, basically. I actually have my two websites. I have my blog site and then the business site where people purchase the readings. And they're linked together, but they're not through the same host. So I debate if I should combine those somehow or not. But it's working for now. But I do want to edit my offerings and consolidate them. So right now it's broken down by type of spread I do, say for tarot. And I want to switch it to a 1 hour reading or a half-hour reading and make it simpler. Because often I find as clients don't know which reading to get. So I'm going to break it down by time, but also to promote more of the life coaching sessions, which can be combination readings. I'll have your astrology on hand. We can use tarot, we can use oracle cards, but it could also just be one-on-one coaching. So I have a background in teaching and actually running coaching. So especially people who are looking for fitness coaching, get healthy coaching, I can help them out with that. So I want to do more of that, the combination readings, And eventually, maybe down the road, just say, okay, I offer 1 hour, half hour, 1 hour, 90-minute sessions. And people just, I choose what to use. I choose, do we look at astrology? Do we look at tarot? And like the client's trusting me to know what to offer them, where to look. So I don't know if that will happen. That's down the road. And then I'm also a healer. I do Reiki, shamanic healing. I work with clients in person and distance Reiki. And sort of like you, I would like to combine all of that into some sort of whole holistic package, but that's further down the road. And then I also I'm working on doing more teaching. I have taught online teleconference courses in the past as well as in person. But I'm looking for a format to offer courses that people can buy at any time. So that takes a lot of research, as well as working on in-person events and workshops in my local area, especially doing like tea parties where I do tea leaves and tarot readings. I would love to do that. So those are a lot of projects, as well as my writing projects. I have a few books out there. I'm working on a second fairy tale. A couple of other books that have been taking years, and writing takes a long time. And I am working on some tarot cards and guidance cards, I guess I'll call them. I don't have a name for them yet. So I have a lot of projects that I'm working on.
Yeah.
Some may be done this coming year. Some may take a few years to get going.
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
I think it's exciting, yes. And between your and my projects, it's like a variety. It's a difficult word. Like it's there's so many different projects. Maybe we can talk about how to market, or like the challenges we face. Marketing and
right. So marketing. So for you guys starting a spiritual business, how do you market yourself? How do you advertise? But first you need to figure out, how you want your business. Do you want it in person? Do you want it online? Do you want both? What else do you want to offer? So maybe you want to offer healing or workshops or courses. How are you going to market that? Do you want to pass out flyers if it's a local thing? Do you want to do the social media thing? If you have a long email list in your address book, do you want to, send out a newsletter? There's so many options out there, and sometimes it takes experience to figure out what works.
Yes.
What works for me.
Yes. Yeah. There's so many possibilities. Just talking about a newsletter, like, do you have an opt-in that excites people to sign up for your newsletter? Because this will be like the first contact, and having a database is important. You need like a handful of clients to launch to, because when you think about that, only 1 to 3% will convert into sales. Then if you only have 15 people on your newsletter list, then that's a low number. And this is something I'm still trying to figure out. So thinking about my opt-in offer, what will work, and yes, how often do you want to write your newsletter? Is it like weekly, monthly?
And I like that how you brought up the percentage. From my experience, no matter what I was marketing, expect a return rate of 1 to 2%. Mm-hmm. So let's say, you want to do an event where you do tarot readings, to connect to more clients, to expose yourself. If you pass out 100 flyers, expect 1 or 2 people to come back. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's less. So get an idea of how much work you have to put into marketing and advertising. And so if you do a newsletter online, how many people are on your email list?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 to 2% is what you'll get back on average. So be aware of that. It's a lot of people you need to reach out to and connect to.
And go further than just having newsletter. I think promoting yourself is important, promoting your business, but it's like, it sometimes even feels like, be shameless with like promoting yourself. At the beginning it's so difficult, but people don't notice. If you just put out like one Instagram post on an upcoming launch or on an upcoming sales or whatever, then they may recognize, but they won't buy. Mm-hmm. Like, you know on a regular basis that you are there, that you're offering something, so that it can be a success.
Yeah. I call it social media blitzing. It's like, okay, Instagram, Facebook, announce it on YouTube, put it on my blog. And those are all different markets for me. My blog, because I've had my blog for 6 years now almost. I have connections there. There's a totally different base of people to work with than, say, YouTube viewers or clients I've known in person and who will read my email newsletter. So it's good to market and advertise in as many ways as possible to expose yourself, put yourself out there, and be clear on what you're offering. Is it a workshop? What is the benefit for the client? What are they going to get out of it?
And also be clear
for
on
them to want.
Yes, totally. And also be clear on what would you like to get out of it. Sometimes when you promote something, is it only to raise awareness? Is it to grow your email list? Is it to invite people to a tarot meetup? What's the goal? And do you have what is the number that satisfies you? Is it like I want 5 people, or do I want to reach like 25 people to my meetup?
Your goals may be simpler too. Maybe I just want to grow my Facebook followers, or I want to grow my Instagram followers. Like the goal may just be to build the number of people you reach, and that can be to build your business or to give your free offerings out there. So like when we met, I did your giveaway, and you probably didn't plan on this as being what would come out of it.
No.
So also expect the unexpected.
Yes.
Yeah. You never know who you'll connect to.
Yes. And also, it's okay to have flops at the beginning, because it's a learning process. Like if everyone knew how to grow a business, we would all have one. And a successful one. There's a reason why it's so difficult. It's because it's a testing. They're testing phases. And for instance, I had this great free guide about how to choose your fragrance signature, like your personal fragrance that represents yourself, that like shows your authentic self, etc. And nobody downloaded it, even though it was, in my opinion, a very useful guide. I didn't tell you that, but I coached at Christian Dior for like the staff's people about perfume, so I know what I'm talking about, but I didn't promote it well enough. So there were only 2 people who downloaded it. So of course I was frustrated, but at the other hand, use this experience to stay motivated and to tweak things a little bit so you can actually
and learn from your mistakes.
Yes.
And then you can also set your goals and your expectations for each marketing attempt. So there was a time when I first taught my beginners tarot, it's like learning the symbolic language of the tarot in person. There's the cost of renting the venue, the time put into it. And I said, if I had at least 4 people sign up, I would be happy, because it would cover my costs. So sometimes, you just expect to cover your costs to reach more people, to teach more people. And, if you're lucky, you get a client out of it. So be realistic about your goals, but also have like how you wish it to grow from there and learn from those mistakes. And because I said, I would like to have at least, 4 people so I can cover my costs or better. So you leave it open for more. I think I had 8 people sign up. Cool. So it was like, okay, it's building, it's growing. And then I ended up getting a regular client out of it as well. And I did one other reading for someone. And so have your goals and be open for more.
And also stay open and grasp the opportunity. Opportunity. Yeah. Like when we had our reading together, you were talking about your projects to engage with other YouTubers. I could have left it there.
Right.
Said like, oh, okay, thanks for the reading. But I actually came back to you and asked, hey, would this be of interest to you, even though you have a huge following, and I'm just starting. It's not really comparable for right now. So I'm really grateful that you agreed on this.
Well, I'm just really enjoying doing this with you. And yeah, so again, those of you out there watching and listening, be open to reaching out to other people, collaborating, which may be something to think about when it comes to ethics and boundaries, and is, are you open to collaborate with other colleagues?
Yeah.
I see Melinda as a colleague. I don't see other readers as competitors. They're my colleagues. And, it has been challenging to connect. And so I'm really happy we've had this opportunity. Yeah. All right. So thank you everyone who's been watching, tuning in. Leave us your comments. If you have questions about building a business, let us know. And if you have ideas for other things you'd like us to discuss concerning building a spiritual business, whether it's on the spiritual side or the practical business side, let us know that in the comments below as well.
So I'd like to say thank you. Merci und danke. And I will just talk to the German viewers in 40 seconds. Also, wenn ihr eine Legung mit mir haben möchtet, könnt ihr mir schreiben an info@changelicious.com. Mein Blog ist www.changelicious.com. And for all the English-speaking people out there, you can follow me on Instagram. My name is Mademoiselle Tarot.
And if you're interested in contacting me, you can reach me through my website. You can go to peacockseyes.com and click the Empress card on the right-hand side. That will take you to my business site with my contact information. My email will also be below in the description box, as well as all the links to my websites, my Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julianne.
Bye.
Bye.